Picture yourself standing at a fork in the road, the air heavy with possibility. One path stretches wide, lined with neon signs and promises of instant gratification, success, comfort, control, all just a step away. It's dazzling, tempting, the kind of road everyone seems to take, but something in your gut whispers, this path might leave you empty, chasing shadows that vanish when you reach for them. The other path? It's narrow, rough, with roots and rocks that demand your attention. It's not flashy, but it hums with a quiet promise, a spring of living water waiting at the end, a source that quenches every thirst. Which path do you choose? This is the question Jesus poses to you every single day, and it's where our journey begins. Every morning you wake up to this choice. It's not just about the big moments, deciding on a career, a relationship, or a life-altering move. It's in the small, quiet decisions, how you respond to a harsh word, where you let your thoughts wander, what you prioritize when no one's watching. In Matthew 6:33, Jesus cuts through the noise with a simple, unshakable truth. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. It's not a suggestion, it's a spiritual compass. Choosing the kingdom means stepping onto that narrow path with courage, trusting it leads to something eternal, something real. Let's be real, the wide path is seductive. It screams, take the shortcut, get what you want now. It's the promise of instant success, the lure of a life that looks perfect on the outside. But how many times have you chased something shiny only to find it hollow? A promotion that didn't satisfy, a purchase that lost its thrill, a dream that left you restless. The kingdom's path isn't about quick fixes. It asks for patience, trust, sometimes a little grit, but it's the only path that leads to a peace that doesn't fade, a purpose that doesn't waver, and a God who never lets you go. Choosing the kingdom is like signing up to climb a mountain, knowing the view from the top will take your breath away. It's not about turning your back on the world, but seeing it through God's eyes. Every step, even the tough ones, moves you closer to a life that's full, not fleeting. And here's the best part, you're not climbing alone. Jesus is right there, calling you to walk with him, promising that the narrow path isn't a punishment. It's an invitation to the life you were made for. So right now, as these words sink in, ask yourself, which path am I on today? Not tomorrow, not next year, but in this moment, because the journey to the kingdom starts with the choices you make right now. What's the path you're walking today? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what's stirring in your heart. You've chosen the narrow path, the one that leads to the kingdom. But here's where the real adventure begins. Seeking the kingdom isn't about what you do on the surface. It's about what's happening inside you. It's easy to think checking spiritual boxes, going to church, saying a quick prayer, singing a worship song is enough. But let's get honest. God isn't after a performance. He's after your heart. He wants to reshape you from the inside out until every part of your life reflects what truly matters. Think about it. How often have you gone through the motions? Maybe you pray before bed because it's routine, or show up to a service because it's what good Christians do. Those things matter, don't get me wrong, but if they're just a shell without a heart behind them, it's like handing God an empty cup. Seeking the kingdom is deeper. It's like renovating an old house, starting with the foundation. It's choosing to put God at the center of your decisions, your dreams, even your fears. It's asking, what does God think about this? Before chasing what the world says you need. This transformation isn't instant. It can be messy, even uncomfortable. Maybe it means forgiving someone who hurt you deeply, or letting go of a plan that seemed perfect but wasn't God's. Maybe it's learning to trust him when everything feels shaky. It's like stepping onto a dance floor with God as your partner, letting him lead, even when you don't know the steps. That takes guts, because the world will tell you to take control, to chase what sparkles. But the kingdom, it invites you to pause, breathe, and trust that God's got this. Here's the beautiful part. When you truly seek the kingdom, something shifts inside you. Your priorities realign. Things that once felt urgent, winning an argument, chasing approval, lose their grip. You start seeing life through a clearer lens, like fog lifting from a valley. Anxiety gives way to a peace that doesn't make sense but holds you steady. It's not about perfection, it's about progress, one brave step at a time. So, take a moment today to check your heart. What's sitting in the driver's seat? Is it God, or is it something the world convinced you is more urgent? Seeking the kingdom is choosing every day that He's enough. It's letting Him transform you until your life shines with His love. What's at the center of your heart right now? Share it in the comments. Let's walk this journey together. You're starting to let God reshape your heart. And now comes a pivotal question. What's your top priority? Not just what you say matters, but what your actions reveal. Ever wake up and immediately get lost in your to-do list? Bills, deadlines, that nagging issue you can't shake. It's human nature. We live in a world that demands our attention, pushing us to hustle and worry. But here's the secret. God doesn't move at the speed of your anxiety. He responds to your faith, and real faith shows up in what you prioritize. Think of your priorities like a compass. If it's pointed at the wrong north, say chasing success or solving every problem on your own, you'll end up lost no matter how fast you run. Seeking the kingdom is about recalibrating that compass to point toward God. It's saying, okay, Lord, before anything else, I want to know what you want for me today. This doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities or shelving your dreams. Far from it. When God is your true north, everything else starts to fall into place, like puzzle pieces clicking together. Maybe you've experienced this. You pray for something, a job, a breakthrough, but the answer doesn't come when you expect till font size. Din. What's one thing you're putting first right now? Share it in the comments. Let's inspire each other to keep God first. As you align your compass to the kingdom, something remarkable happens. Your entire perspective shifts. Seeking the kingdom isn't about giving up your dreams or living a dull, rule-bound life. It's the opposite. It's like putting on a new pair of glasses and seeing the world with crystal clarity. Your plans, your fears, your struggles, all take on new meaning when viewed through the lens of God's purpose. Imagine trying to navigate life with a torn map, guessing your way through. That's what it's like when you're in control, running on your own strength. You hustle, you stress, and sometimes you lose your way. But when you surrender your dreams to God, it's like He hands you a complete map, marked with perfect directions. Seeking the kingdom means trusting He knows where you need to be and when. It's not about abandoning your desires, but entrusting them to someone who knows you better than you know yourself. It's saying, God, I want this, but I trust your plan and your timing. That weight you carry, the need to have everything figured out, it starts to lift. Not because your problems vanish, but because you realize they don't have the final say. The peace of the kingdom doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. It comes from knowing you're in the hands of a God who never fails. It's like being in a storm, but safe in a boat that won't sink. This new perspective changes how you see others too. That annoying co-worker, you start to respond with patience, maybe even compassion. That plan that fell apart, you begin to see it as God redirecting you to something better. Seeking the kingdom doesn't mean ignoring life. It means living it with purpose, with hope, with a confidence the world can't match. Today, try looking at your day through this lens. Ask yourself, what if I handed this to God? What if I trusted He's got every detail covered? You'll find that the dreams you entrust to Him don't die. They bloom in His time, His way. It's like planting a seed and trusting the gardener knows how to make it grow. What in your life needs this new perspective? Share it in the comments. Let's grow together in this. Now that you're seeing life through kingdom eyes, let's talk about something that can transform how you handle delays. Waiting. Those moments when you pray, plead, and wait, and it feels like God's silent. It's tempting to think He's not listening or holding out on you. But here's the truth. God never withholds blessings out of spite. He wants to give you good things, but He also knows when you're ready to receive them. It's like a parent not handing their kid car keys before they've learned to drive. God loves you too much to give you something that might hurt you. Picture this. You ask for a big blessing, a new job, a relationship, a major win. If God gave it to you now, would you be ready to handle it? Sometimes the wait isn't a no, but a not yet. God's shaping your heart, teaching you patience, trust, humility. He's building a foundation so that when the blessing comes, you can not only receive it, but sustain it. Without that foundation, even the best gifts can crumble. Waiting can feel like torture in a world obsessed with now. Instant delivery, same-day results. That's the culture we're steeped in. But God's timing is a gift. Every moment you choose to seek the kingdom despite the silence strengthens you. It's God teaching you to carry the weight of His blessings without losing your way, because a blessing at the wrong time can become a burden. A dream fulfilled without maturity might pull you off the path instead of drawing you closer to Him. Here's what's freeing. When you see waiting as part of God's plan, you stop fighting it. Every not yet becomes an I'm preparing you. And while you wait, God's not idle. He's pouring out other gifts: peace, clarity, resilience. Seeking the kingdom means trusting He's working, even when you can't see it. It's believing the blessings will come, and when they do, they'll flourish because you're ready. So, today, look at what you're waiting for. Ask, is God preparing me for something greater? Hand that weight to Him with faith, knowing His timing is perfect. When you're ready, His blessings don't just arrive, they transform. What are you waiting on God for? Share it in the comments. Let's trust together. Seeking the kingdom isn't a one-time choice or a desperate prayer when life gets tough. It's a way of living, a rhythm that shapes how you breathe, move, and navigate every day. It's like choosing the soundtrack for your life and deciding it'll play God's melody, not the world's. The incredible thing? Every choice, no matter how small, draws you closer to His heart. The kingdom isn't some far-off destination you'll reach after a long trek. It's here, now, in every moment you choose forgiveness over bitterness, trust over panic, love over indifference. It's pausing in a hectic day to listen to someone who needs you. It's handing over that worry eating at you and saying, God, I trust you. Each of these is a seed of the kingdom planted in your life, growing into something that transforms everything around you. The world pulls you toward its rhythm, chasing what's fast, shiny, applauded, but the kingdom calls you to something deeper, living by God's values. It means choosing humility when pride feels better, generosity when selfishness seems easier, faith when doubt feels safer. It's not about being flawless, but deciding daily to live as Jesus did. This lifestyle brings freedom. When the kingdom becomes your way of life, you stop obsessing over others' opinions. You find joy in the simple things, a moment of gratitude, a real conversation, a step of obedience. It's like your life takes on a new hue, a new lightness. You realize you don't need to chase the world's offerings because what God gives is infinitely better. Today, see your day as a chance to live the kingdom. Ask, how can I bring a piece of heaven to earth right now? Maybe it's a smile to someone struggling, letting go of a petty argument, or just saying, thank you, God. Every choice matters because the kingdom isn't a phase. It's your life if you choose it. How are you living the kingdom in your daily life? Share it in the comments. Those small choices make all the difference. When you embrace the kingdom as your lifestyle, something powerful unfolds. You discover God's promises are like bedrock, unmoved by any storm. In Matthew 6:33, Jesus says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." This isn't just nice advice. It's a guarantee. When you put the kingdom first, God takes care of the rest. Not because you've earned it, but because He's faithful. Ever feel like your prayers are hitting the ceiling? It's easy to think God's slow or that things won't work out. But His promises don't expire. When He says He'll provide, He means it. What He asks is that you trust, that you keep seeking the kingdom even when the path feels foggy. It's like planting a seed and waiting for the tree. You don't see it instantly, but you know it's coming because the soil is good. Seeking the kingdom means trusting God sees what you can't. He knows your needs, your dreams, even the things you don't yet realize you need. And those other things Jesus mentions, your worries about money, health, the future, They fall into place when your heart's aligned with Him. It's not a transaction like, do this, get that. And it's a promise that when you live for His purposes, He orchestrates things in ways you can't imagine. Think of a time someone let you down. With God, that never happens. He keeps every word, every promise. But there's a catch. You need to be ready to receive. Sometimes the blessing doesn't look like you expected or arrive when you wanted because God's preparing you for something bigger. He doesn't just give you what you ask for. He gives you what's best at the right time. Today, hold tight to Matthew 6:33. Build your life on that rock. Storms will come, doubts will shout, but God's promise stands firm. Trust that as you seek the kingdom, He's working behind the scenes, aligning every piece of your life for His perfect plan. Which of God's promises is holding you up today? Share it in the comments. Let's strengthen our faith together. Finding peace in the storm. Ever feel like the world's piling on? Bills, work, uncertainty about tomorrow. It's like life's shouting, hurry up, do more, fix it now. But when you live by God's promises, something miraculous happens. The anxiety that chokes you starts to fade, replaced by a peace that defies explanation. Seeking the kingdom first, as Jesus teaches, is like finding a shelter in a hurricane, a place to breathe, to trust that God's in control. The world pushes you to a frantic pace, demanding you have all the answers, predict every problem, control every outcome. But Jesus offers a different way. Stop the race, seek the kingdom first, and I'll handle the rest. This doesn't mean your troubles vanish, but you don't have to carry their weight alone. When you put God at the center, it's like He takes your burdens and says, leave it to me, just trust. This kingdom peace is unlike anything the world offers. It's not tied to having everything sorted out. It's the certainty that comes from knowing God's guiding your steps. Ever had that moment when you surrender a situation to Him and feel a sudden lightness, even without a clear resolution? That's the kingdom at work. It's God reminding you He's bigger than any problem, any fear. Seeking the kingdom also gives you direction. Chasing the world's priorities, wealth, status, validation, can feel like running in circles, but prioritizing God is like Him lighting a lantern on a dark trail, showing you where to step, even if the destination's still out of sight. And in that, you find rest, not just for your body, but for your soul. Today, try this. Take that worry keeping you up at night and give it to God. Say, Lord, I don't know how to fix this, but I trust you. And then choose to seek the kingdom, maybe through a quiet prayer, helping someone, or giving thanks for what you have. You'll see anxiety lose its grip, and a peace that doesn't make sense will take its place. What's got you anxious today? Share it in the comments. Let's find that peace together. Ever feel deep down that life's more than chasing goals, paying bills, or hunting for the next hit of happiness? When you find peace in prioritizing the kingdom, something even deeper emerges, a purpose that outshines anything the world offers. Living for the kingdom isn't just about receiving blessings or solving problems. It's about finding a meaning that makes every day count, a calling that ties you to the eternal. It's like God handing you a role in His story. The world tells you life's purpose is about accumulating stuff, a better car, a bigger house, a flawless social media feed. But you've probably felt it. Those things don't fill the void. It's like sprinting on a treadmill, lots of effort, no real progress. Living for the kingdom is different. You start to see every choice, every moment, as part of something bigger. God's inviting you to join His narrative, where every act of love, every kind word, every step of faith matters. This purpose changes everything. A tough day at work? It gains meaning when you do it with integrity, as an offering to God. Helping someone when you're swamped? That's the kingdom shining through you. Seeking the kingdom means realizing your life isn't just about you. It's about being a light in a world desperate for it. And in that, your worries start to shrink because you know you're living for something that lasts. What's amazing is how this purpose brings steady peace. Problems don't disappear, but they stop defining you. Challenges become chances to grow, to trust, to let God work through you. Life gains a new dimension where what matters, love, faith, hope, stands out, and the rest fades into the background. Today, pause and ask, what's driving my life? Are you chasing the world's idea of success or living for the purpose God's placed in your heart? Try this. Pick one small act, a kind gesture, a heartfelt prayer, a moment of trust, and do it with the kingdom in mind. You'll see even the simplest things glow with new meaning because they're part of something eternal. What purpose is moving you today? Share it in the comments. Let's live this mission together. You've come so far in this journey of seeking the kingdom, finding purpose that gives life meaning. But there's one more thing God does before handing you all He's planned. He shapes you. Those times you pray for something and the answer seems to drag, it's not God ignoring you. He's preparing you, like a craftsman carefully molding clay into a masterpiece. God doesn't just want to give you blessings. He wants you to have the strength to carry them without crumbling. Think of it like this. Say you ask for a big responsibility, leading something major, or receiving a life-changing gift. If God gave it to you unprepared, it'd be like handing a heavyweight to someone who's never lifted more than a grocery bag. He loves you too much to let you stumble like that. So He uses challenges, delays, even frustrations to build you up. Every time you choose trust over doubt, you're growing stronger. He's not looking for perfection, just a heart ready to learn, obey, and grow. These shaping moments can be tough. Maybe it's a weight that feels endless, or a situation that forces you to face your limits. But each one's an opportunity. God's showing you where to yield, where to forgive, where to trust more. It's like a workout. Each rep builds muscle, even if it stings at first. When the blessing arrives, you're not just ready to receive it. You're ready to make it shine for the kingdom. Here's what's freeing. God cares more about your character than your wish list. He wants to give you good things, but wants you to receive them with a heart aligned with Him. Those no's or not yets you've heard, they're not rejection. They're God molding you for something greater, something that pulls you closer to Him. It's like He's saying, trust me, I know what you need and when. In today, look at the processes you're in. Maybe a weight, a challenge, or an unexpected change. Ask, what's God teaching me here? Hand that moment to Him with faith, knowing every step of shaping is a step toward the purpose He dreamed for you. You're being prepared to carry blessings that will transform your life and others. What's God teaching you in your process right now? Share it in the comments. Let's grow stronger together. And if this journey has stirred your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs it. Let's spread the kingdom together.